ADL expanded its interfaith work with an evening with Cardinal Daniel DiNardo at Houston's Congregation Beth Yeshurun. Answering questions from Rabbi David Rosen and Father Brendan Cahill, the Cardinal candidly spoke about the Conference of Cardinals that elected Pope Francis and his impressions of the new Pope, immigration, Jewish-Catholic relations, and other matters. Nearly 1,000 people attended this first of 4 Lowenstein lectures, made possible by the Louis and Joan Lowenstein Foundation, and it complements ADL's other interfaith programs, including the Coalition for Mutual Respect and Religious Leaders Institute. To commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act and the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., ADL collaborated with Congregation Emmanuel to bring in Dr. Terrence Roberts, a member of the Little Rock Nine, a group of African American students who integrated Little Rock's Central High School in the 1950s. He spoke about the difficulties he and the other students faced at that time. Although guarded by federal troops, the students still faced bullying, name-calling, and abuse. He also delivered a strong message that no matter how far we've come in the fight against racism, we still have a long way to go. Roberts' talk was one of many civil rights programs ADL presents every year. Each year, one of ADL's Walter Case Teacher Excellence Award recipients, Clements High School history teacher Mike Madden, presents the Shoah, a public event teaching the lessons of the Holocaust. It involves a stirring multimedia presentation created by Madden and a hall of remembrance put together by his students, where they connect their lives with the lives of young Holocaust victims. This year, ADL collaborated with Madden to bring in the producer of and one of the survivors in the documentary Rescue in the Philippines, the story of how 1,300 Jews were saved from the Holocaust by Filipino officials, 5 American brothers, several U.S. officials, and the Filipino people. Clements High School is one of hundreds of ADL No Place for Hate campuses. No Place for Hate is ADL's banner education program. Schools receive the designation after signing a resolution of respect, creating a committee to manage the program, completing at least 3 activities that fight bias and promote respect, and submitting documentation of those activities to ADL. One of the most powerful messages delivered about the ravages of hate comes from former racist skinhead Frank Mink. Mink used to be an extremist like the ones ADL follows on a regular basis. ADL looks at how they operate, discerns trends, and provides information to law enforcement about extremist activity. Mink spoke in Beaumont to community, business, and religious leaders under the umbrella of ADL's Coalition for Mutual Respect and Goldenson Initiative to Fight Anti-Semitism. He also spoke to students and FBI agents in Houston, telling all of them that ultimately, empathy and understanding are more powerful than hate. Every year, ADL presents its Karen H. Sussman Jurisprudence Award to an outstanding member of the legal community who exhibits exceptional commitment to equality, justice, fairness, and community service. This year, the award went to the very deserving David Berg of Berg and Androphy, who throughout his legal career has championed the underdog and fought discrimination and hatred. He won cases before the U.S. Supreme Court that protected the rights of anti-war protesters and conscientious objectors. He helped fight the Ku Klux Klan when its members were burning the boats of Vietnamese shrimpers in a court case that ultimately shut down KKK paramilitary training bases. Over 500 people attended the luncheon and joined us in honoring David Berg. Through its Coalition for Mutual Respect and in cooperation with the Evelyn Rubenstein Jewish Community Center and local clergy, ADL presented an interfaith service of remembrance April 24th to honor Reet Griffin Underwood, William Lewis Corporon, and Terry Lamano, 3 victims of a white supremacist and anti-Semite who gunned them down outside a Jewish community center and Jewish retirement home in Overland Park, Kansas. Participants in the service included Methodist, Catholic, and Jewish religious leaders, in addition to leaders of other faiths. Each participant prayed for the victims and for an end to violence and hatred in his or her own faith tradition, emphasizing the interfaith nature of the service and the point that hatred directed against any one of us is felt by every one of us. For 100 years, 100 days, and every day, ADL is working to build a community of respect in Houston and beyond.